Let's now shift our focus to the tensions escalating between the US and China. The Trump administration has now sanctioned Hong Kong's chief executive Carrie Lam over her role in curtailing the political freedoms in Hong Kong. China has slammed the newly imposed sanctions by the United States. Hong Kong's Secretary for Commerce said in a statement, and I quote, "This kind of sanction targeting officials or leaders of another country is savage, disproportionate and unreasonable." China has also warned that there could be a possible retaliation against the US businesses in the international financial hub. The United States has expressed its discontent over China's recent clampdown on the historically independent financial center, that is Hong Kong. Sanctions have been imposed on 11 senior Chinese Communist Party officials and their Hong Kong allies. These individuals will have all their property and assets in the US frozen. These are the first set of sanctions against these officials from China and Hong Kong over the suppression of the pro-democracy movement and dissent within the territory. They are being imposed as actions following an executive order signed by the US President in July seeking to punish China. Sanctioning the Chinese officials marks yet another blow by the US President against Beijing. Last month, the administration imposed sanctions on the Chinese government, including a senior member of the Communist Party, over human rights abuses against the largely Muslim Uyghur minority. For more on this, our correspondent Nick Harper from Washington, D.C. has sent us this report. Listen in.
Well, this is a very significant move by the United States after weeks of increased rhetoric against China. The US Treasury Department going ahead with sanctions against 11 individuals in Hong Kong and on mainland China, including against the chief executive, Carrie Lam. Also being targeted, 10 other individuals, including the police commissioner and several secretaries in various political departments, including the Secretary of Security and the Secretary for Justice. It means that if any of those 11 individuals hold property here in the United States, they will be seized, and any assets here in the US will be frozen. But it also means that no US citizen can have any dealings with any of these 11 individuals. Now, symbolically, this is a very severe move by the United States, the first of its kind, and going after the top executives and the top leaders within Hong Kong. Of course, all of this following anger displayed from the United States after Beijing decided to impose a new national security law in Hong Kong. The US, in announcing these sanctions, said that those 11 individuals had undermined the autonomy of Hong Kong and also that they had been suppressing freedom and democratic processes. Also, for President Trump, this is something that he will want to be able to show his voters he is doing to stand up against China. There's been plenty of anti-China rhetoric. There's also been some action as well, including trade tariffs over the last year and a half. But this is another move to show that he's standing up not just for democratic rights, but also standing up to China in ways that the US feels that Beijing is mishandling the situation in Hong Kong.
Let's now get you some...